bother me. Okay, cool. So anyway, the last time we guys spoke and I made a lot of promises about what I'm gonna be doing in terms of makeup looks, yada yada yada. That didn't happen because life happened. But today I'm here to practice a makeup look while I tell you guys about the book of Esther, everything that I've learned from the book of Esther. So I hope you guys will enjoy. Where'd you go? Oh, you know. Anyway, as we all know, there's always a mirror on the side that I will be shooting with, and then yeah, we can just start our series. We can start our video. Book of Esther. As you guys know, Esther is the lady that is famous for the 3-day fast, and that is because of the fast that took place because she was trying to save the Jews from getting killed while she was queen and was hiding her identity as being a Jew. Anyway, so it all begins when in the beginning there is a king called Ahasuerus, and he was drunk, and as drunk as he is, he was married to Queen Vashti, and during like a drunk party or like a party, he called Queen Vashti to come and basically like he calls Queen Vashti to come and parade for the men that he was drinking with, just so he can show that he has a wife and he has a beautiful wife, basically, which was odd. And so Queen Vashti was like, no, I'm not gonna do that, like, no. And it was such a gruesome crime. It turns out back in the day that he disobeyed that she disobeyed the king, that so much the king's advisors told him that he needs to get another wife. And there was basically, you know how it happened with Cinderella where they were looking for the shoe? They were going around finding girls that would be best suitors for the king, or best suited for the king. And Mordecai, who is an uncle to Esther because Esther had lost his parents, basically put Esther on this role, on this job of being, you know, the queen, that is now new. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna have to move the plastic for real. So anyway, puts her on, but obviously it wasn't allowed because Esther was a Jew, and they were not in Israel. They were basically exiled in that country or region, like the Persian region. Yeah. Anyway, so then they hid that they were Jewish, and then they like were having talks with like people that could sort of like get them in, like some recruiters, some women recruiters that would get them in you know, Esther being the queen. And everyone was really like a fan of Esther, and eventually Esther became queen, and yeah, that happened. And when that happened, Mordecai basically heard that there were people that were actually trying to kill the king, right? And these people were, and then Mordecai basically gave word to Esther, and Esther warned the king, and those people were obviously killed for that. And the king did nothing about it to basically say thank you to Mordecai or anything. In fact, I don't even think he knew that Mordecai had anything to do with it. I think he thought it was just Esther. Anyway, Esther's the queen, and the advisor, the same advisor Haman, really dislikes Mordecai, right, and the Jews, and basically advises the king that or rather doesn't even, yeah, advises the king that or basically like starts sending, I need something that I can fan with, basically like advises the king that, you know, people need to be killed, like the Jews need to be killed, and Mordecai as a leader basically also needs to die. But the king, yeah, so the king also does give word, and they basically build something where Mordecai is going to be hung on. They build this thing that Mordecai is going to be hung on, and you know, like the word is out, there's a date that they're going to be killed on, like everyone knows this. So Mordecai is panicking, asking Esther like what can she do, but obviously the king doesn't know of her identity. So that's when Esther is like, okay, you know what, let everyone know that we're fasting. The Jews basically tells Mordecai, let everyone know that we're fasting, and this is why we're fasting, you know, so that I can at least, like, since now I'm queen, I can talk to the king about stopping this word and letting him know that he's married to a Jew, so no need to hate on the Jews in a way. And this was scary in so many levels because one, that she could get killed because she's a Jew and for lying and for not being honest about it, and secondly, she also could get killed because of summoning the king to speak to him, because it was not a thing. You had to sort of like wait for the king to summon you instead of you calling the king. So anyway, she fasts for 3 days, and everyone, the Jews, fast for the 3 days, and then she calls the king to her quarters, like basically inviting her for dinner. And obviously the king was bringing Haman, and in that they have a good chat. And in that first night, the first time that Esther has invited the king to her house with Haman, they don't talk about anything that has to do with like with the words that Haman put out, and people need to be killed, the Jews need to be killed, and all of that. They just have a chat and basically reminded the king that Mordecai is the one that warned, that literally told you that you were going to get killed by people, and you ended up not getting killed because Mordecai alerted you of what people were about to do. So then the king slept that night and was like, actually, let's send out word. And now this is like a day or two before they get killed. Let's send out word that, like, you know, like we're saying thank you to Mordecai, and you know, we're giving honor to him for doing that. That's what the king says. So anyway, which means like the meeting was not in vain. Like it did help with something, right? So cool. And then cool, that happens and it's nice. Like now, you know, Mordecai is known as somebody that the king favors, and you know, it's just like altogether good vibes. Like this doesn't match, this is brown, and you guys know my eyebrows are not brown, but let's try and mix it and see what will come of it. And anyway, that happens, and then yeah, I like the mix. I like the mix like that. Anyway, that happened. Anyway, now Esther invites the king again because now she feels like, okay, now I have to say something because like time is up on me, like time is getting close. Even though Mordecai is getting this honor, my people are still gonna get killed. We're all gonna get killed because of the word that Haman put out, and they're still building that thing to basically they're still building that thing where a thing is gonna be killed. So it's kind of like, what the heck is going on? Like she still needs to stop this. So she invites them again on the second time, and on the second time she snitches. She tells the king everything, that brother, this guy that you with here is trying to kill my people, yada yada yada. And the guy Haman ends up being the one that gets hung on that thing, and they live happily ever after. And Haman is like now second to command. Sorry, not Haman. Mordecai is basically now second command to the king. You know, like is a very honored man in the end, and that is all because, you know, Esther was bold enough to like do what was scary. And also this was also Mordecai's advice that, babe, what if you're queen because of this, like so that you can save the Jews from being hated in this region, you know. Anyway, and then yeah, so anyway, that works out, everything goes well. What a fish paste. Yeah, they become Mordecai becomes an honored man by the king. And yeah, that's the end. So things that I've learned in this book is that definitely, like, if God is quiet, it doesn't necessarily mean that you stop wanting to pursue communication with him. Like the fast was like, there's nothing in the book of Esther that said about God, like a word that God had said, but like Esther was like, babe, I need to fast right now, because she knows like what needs to be done in order to get divine intervention, or just to have communication with God. She knows what's needed to be done. So she did that, and God still defended them. Just a disclaimer, just a disclaimer, guys, that I am wearing a top. It's just a boob tube. I don't want you guys thinking that I am naked on these streets. It's like a funny top that I got from Shein that I really like. I hope you guys can see me. Anyway, so I'm using the Candid foundation in the color 530. Okay, cool. So okay, don't worry about it, guys. Like, don't worry, this will all be fine. I wanted to mix it with my Essence concealer, but my cousin took back. That's fine, that's okay. We can make this work. Yeah, so gosh, why am I starting with foundation? I actually wanted to do just an eye look. So let's start with the eye actually. After this, I'm just gonna do the eye. Sorry about my sequence that's so messed up. Okay, cool. I don't usually do much with the eye, so I'm not used to actually starting with the eye. But I did tell you guys in the beginning that I'm doing the eye, so I'm gonna stick to my word. Look at how the foundation and the hair dye mix together. Funny. I am golden for real, like in so many ways, like physically and because I'm a child of God. Period. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this because this child is too light for my girl, for my girlfriend. Okay, cool. I don't want like a crazy look for my birthday, to be honest. Yeah, but let's see how it goes. Let's see how everything goes now. Oh, let me put some more. Let's see. You know, the last time I ever did a cut crease, like I used to be, actually no, I've always been a soft glam person. Never like, oh, actually, or dramatic, like really dramatic, editorial-esque eye. I think that's what I want to do right now. Cause that's the only thing I know how to do, to be honest, or I'm really good at. Okay, this is not blending the way that I wanted to blend. So maybe the angled brush will help. So much noise in this house. Yeah, so anyway, main things that I learned that like God's silence does not mean that he's not there. It's just time for you to now do what you've been reading about, do what God has been showing you, that this is the way to get to me, this is how I assist, this is what I want of you, like all the characteristics that we've been going through. This is the time now to put it on into action. My dress is purple, so maybe something purple. Oh, let's do green. Let's do green because there is a green thing going on my birthday as well. There are some green stuffs going on. Okay, cool. This palette is, I don't know, this is my cousin's. I don't know, I'm mixing. I'll also show you guys mine, the one that I used. But anyway, yeah, so that's what I'm so let me show my these. Let's start with like the deeps browns. Okay. Oh, I like what I did here. Yeah, so one thing is that like God's silence does not mean that he's not there for you. He just wants you to be the one to act out, bro. Like he can't always be holding your hand. Like your faith will carry you through, you know. And also it doesn't mean that you must stop now having any communication with him. I'm still continue, like even now that I'm reading Job, like Job was going through the most, like all 10 of his kids, he lost all his wealth, like he was the richest man, he lost everything, and he never cursed God once. He was just like really hurt, and God showed mercy to him by tripling everything that he had at the end. But like he just had to allow him to be tested, that in that test that you don't curse God. You know, it shows your true intent, that you actually know who God is and you have a relationship with him so much that no matter what happens, nothing will change your relationship with God. Like things not working out the way that you want does not mean that God's way is not the way, and does not mean that you actually don't know God's way. You do know, it's just that it's not what's preferred, and that you just need to surrender sometimes, you know. And in the end, things will always work out at the perfect timing, because literally that was on the day that like they were meant to be killed. That's when everything got sorted out. I want a brown. That's when everything got sorted out. And on the day that they were about to be killed, just like, you know, on the brink of it. And another thing, like when everything was stopped, the king could not send out another word to say that everything needs to stop. Mordecai had to be the one that wrote that by authority of the king, and that's because the king could not change his word. Like whatever instruction that was given had to stay. But the fact that God broke protocol to ensure that or made it work to ensure that people get the message that these people are not to be killed, these people belong here, and the king agrees with their decision. So when you are off guard, he'll break protocol, he'll break the rules for you, just to ensure that, to show you that like he has the power and he uses his power for your good, you know, for things to work out for your good. And that is why he deserves all the glory. I like this. So this is like a brown orangey-esque. I like it so much. So now we're gonna soften it with maybe this, but like just here at the ends, just to mix. Yeah, like that. It's a very simple look. It doesn't feel like it's making a difference, to be honest, but let's see if it's softening. Just gonna do the top line. Yeah, the orange is softening up. Okay, we'll do this side so that you guys can see. The orange and the brown are softening up. I don't know how to apply concealer. Concealer has never been my strong point. Sorry, not concealer. Yeah, it's getting peachy now, which we like. Okay, we'll fix that with concealer in the end, but I'm happy with this. Now we can get into the shimmers of the eye. This is my go-to. Every time I do makeup, there has to be a shimmer here. Whether I have a full face or whatever, it just does something to me and my homegirls, because we're like, damn, if you can't go to Bella Noches, where the hell could you go? So yeah, those are some of the lessons that I learned, is that like at the right time, he will definitely make it right, and he will break protocol so that things can work for you. But what you need to do is to stay consistent in doing things that are calling for his attention, calling for his help, even when it seems like he's silent. Like you have to keep going when it comes to God. Like you can't stop because there's a fire. When he literally and there's people in the Bible that literally went in the fire and nothing happened to them. Do you get me? Like fire is not something that scares you when you're in God, you know? So like you have to keep the faith, guys. You have to stay with God. You have to keep relations with God, you know? He has to be your king. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna be doing the rest of the face. Oh no, I want the green. I don't know if the green will fit, but let's see. Where's the green gonna be? Oh, this brush is the angle brush that I was using. Maybe we can just continue it with this shimmer. Then it ends there. See? Continue it with this shimmer from the eye, and then it ends in the middle of nowhere. I wanna put lashes on so bad, but I also don't want to. But like this look, the green looks really nice, guys. Okay, let's do some more green, maybe. Then there you go. But I think I put more here on the side, so I have to match it. There you go. There you go. Okay, cool. Maybe let's put like a soft brown on the. Let's use a bigger brush. Oh, I'm gonna use my palette. Oh gosh, this is the Wet n Wild palette that I got at Clicks on sale. Okay, I just want to brush this because I feel like every part of this eyelid needs to be utilized, you know? Oh yes. I'm using this color. It's like a pinkish mixed with brown. I don't know how to explain it, but like it's a very cool brown. Yeah, making use of the whole eyelid. There you go. Okay, now I'm gonna put on eyeliner. This I got from Mimi Q. Trying not to do a dramatic one, which is usually hard because I love a dramatic eyeliner. This is so perfect. Lwaz, this is literally so perfect. Okay. I mean, normally I would put this in the end, but like, just ladder manage. Okay. Let's fill that in. Okay, this one is a little different, but like, it's not bad at all. Yeah, then we'll do the bottom line eye with the brown. Oh, why is it scratching me? That was dangerous. Girl. Oh. Wow. Oh, this one has a little smudge. Oh, nothing we can't fix. I ate. It's simple, but like, it's eating. So let's do the rest of the face now, because that was the toughest part. Maybe we can soften this later, but like, this is it. This is an idea of the eye, number one, with a little shimmer, which I'll always love. And yeah. Ooh, the sun, not the foundation melting, child. Okay. We're not gonna be very nice with this makeup thing. Like, we're not gonna put one layer and then, you know, has to look like we actually did something, you know? Yeah. I love how this blends. Like, it looks light in the beginning and then eventually it just blends in nicely with my skin. But I do feel like I should be going for the darker shades, because as much as my face is lighter, I do like prefer darker me. Like the darker parts of me as well. But my face, you know, is lighter. Like, that's just the thing about it. And usually you'll find that people have a darker face and then the rest of the body is light. Mine is the opposite. But I love it. I just wish maybe if everything was just really, really dark and pigmented, because I love it like that. I really do. To think I never did, because obviously my mom, like, growing up, because my mom was lighter, and I don't know, like, people used to treat me different. But yeah, I don't want to get into that, because those people don't matter to me now. Maybe they matter in their lives and to God, obviously, but like, what they say doesn't matter to me, because I am pretty anyway. Not me doing my eye or dark. This part, thinking about this part. Oh, that is too wet. Like, it's not damp, it's just wet. Hopefully this will work. But I don't know, I kind of like it. Don't worry about me looking light, guys. Like, that can be fixed. The side, yes. Eating. I realized that with makeup, you have to put, like, you can't just do an idea of something. You actually have to put it.
I can't believe I believed everything we had was less. So young and naive of me to think she was.
Damn, no ways. Nah, bro, this is light. Where's my foundation? This is really light, girl.
From your past, silly of me to dream of one day having your kiss. Love is so blind, it feels right when it's wrong. I can't believe I fell for your schemes. I'm smarter than that. I'm naive to believe that with me you're a changed man. Foolish of me to compete when you cheat with who's winning. It took me some time, but now I moved on, because I realize I've got myself. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out, and it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Got me, myself, and I know that I will never disappoint myself. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I'm sitting with you. Yeah, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. Hey, I know that I will never disappoint myself. I'm crying. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. Hey, you hurt me, but I learned a lot along the way. After all the rain, you see the sun come out again. I be myself and I, that's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow.
This banana powder, I need to just pour it in here. It's been I don't know, powder, and then we're gonna stop. What the heck? Stop it. Okay, I'm just gonna open.
I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend. Be myself.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to put blush. Oh my gosh, like I forgot to put liquid blush. I'm gonna have to do it now. The steps are a bit crooked, but this will work. Oh, this is Scarlet Hill blush. We're gonna do that. As you guys know, this is my favorite part. I have to do this. Joy to my life. Look at the character. Like my cheeks now make sense, you know? Cheeks are cheeks. I love this. This liquid blush. Don't worry about the steps, they're a bit crooked. Follow K-Arms. I am winging it here. There you go. I'm not gonna put any concealer. I'm so sorry.
That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I took a vow that from now on I'm gonna be my own best friend.
Oh my gosh, my under eye actually makes sense now. My under eye actually makes sense. Like her under eye is giving Orlandria, and that's the one we want. Like we want an Orlandria line. Okay. Oh. What if I put blush on my cheek, on my nose? I've never done that before. And for somebody that loves blush, feels like a crime. Feels like a crime. There you go. This is perfect application, if I do say so myself. This is like really, really perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do put it.
Situations. Come on, y'all. We look right. Hey, but you gotta be smart about it. Celebration. Yeah, with the guys. I sacrificed because I knew
It's all good. No. I have to put more. I have to put more.
because I knew you could not sleep without. Meanwhile, I love you. You are my girl. You see, I thought I would love you, but you're just delayed and you ain't got to go. It's okay, girl, 'cause I'm okay.
Vibe. But I've fallen in love with the concealer look on me again. I love it. This one. This is the look that I like. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's dust this off. Damn, this is such a good look. This is makeup. For my favorite part, the beauty spot. My best friend has a beauty spot and she laughs at me every time I do makeup and then I end up with a beauty spot. And it's like, yeah, now we're twins. We're best friends for real. The lipstick is now on. Okay. Use both. I'm gonna use both. This is the Essence Fix and Lock Spray and then the Rimmel that you guys know. When does one put pressed powder? Is it late now? Here you go. And this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed the little vibe story about Esther, and I hope that you guys are also having like some quiet time and, you know, getting to know God and reading the Bible and understanding some of his characteristics, how he works, you know, what he wants from us as people of his kingdom. And yeah, I hope that this look does make sense. I don't care what you think, but this look, it ate down. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little cameo now.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, no, you ain't got to bother. It's okay, girl.
I think the next part is either going to be another makeup look or it can be just, we need, oh my gosh, actually I just thought we need this. I forgot about this. I totally forgot about that. This is the Maybelline High Volume. It eats. That's the only thing that was short, guys. But I think I'm gonna have lashes on my birthday. That actually made such a big difference. Damn. Yeah. 8.
Got to come up, baby, baby. It's okay.